5 seconds. Start. I am indeed very happy to be associated with this meeting, and I also congratulate the winners of the shields for their performance in different areas of non conventional energy. This ministry, as you are aware, was established as a separate ministry recently. During the last 2 years, you can see the enormous improvement in the performance of the ministry when compared to the time when all the activity under the Ministry of Power was perhaps languishing. I am very happy that what I had thought was the potential of this activity has come true and some extent, although I must say that there is much more to be done. The basic factor in regard to power needs to be remembered. Whatever is our program on the conventional side in the energy field, whatever we are doing anywhere in the world is to deplete the planet of the resources that are ultimately limited, and unless at some point of time we are able to catch up with the exhaustion of these resources, I am afraid the mankind is going to suffer. It is very easy to say so, but equally difficult, perhaps much more difficult, to get this actually implemented. So, we are making a good start in the program of non conventional energy resources. These sources are really not so conventional because the sun is not non conventional. These are known to us for thousands of years. So, in a way, when you call it non conventional, you are not describing it properly. You might say there are account sources of energy, the conventional sources that have taken the lion's share of our program. Government's programs everywhere in the world are the limited resources, and when you are able to foresee the end of limited resources, complete depletion of the planet of its limited resources, evidently you have to think of something else, and that will have to be thought of several centuries earlier, so that at the last moment you are not taken by surprise. They have mounted good programs, but I must say that there are limitations to the technology. The technology limitation is mostly in the field of making it economically viable, and that struggle also is going on. The programs are becoming more and more viable, or maybe less and less unviable as we go along, and the time is not far off, I hope, when there will be a real breakthrough in beating this line of viability and making some of the sources at least viable. Now, this is the struggle in which we are engaged at the moment. I am glad that some seizable results in the generation of power have now become possible. Until now, it was only demonstrative in all the industrial exhibitions. There used to be a non conventional energy stall. You went there and you were shown the same thing again and again every year. I think that situation has changed now. In fact, about 3 or 4 years back, when I had been to one such exhibition, I asked them whether there was anything new which they had not shown the previous years, and the answer was no. It was just a repetition. So it struck me that we are not doing any progress which needs to be done, since this has become a separate ministry, and I have been looking after it as far as possible. And after the present minister took over, I think some original thinking, some special efforts have been put into. We are not really behind anyone in this program. My dear shareholder, I have pleasure in informing you that your company's automobile tires and tubes plant located at Tirupati was successfully commissioned on 3rd April this year. After the initial trials, commercial production of automobile tires has commenced and the product is being marketed. The production of tires for trucks and buses, passenger cars, jeeps, and scooters has commenced, and production of other types of tires, that is, for tractors, tractor trailers, and motorcycles, is being gradually taken up in the coming few months. As you are aware, this plant has been set up with the technical collaboration of General Tire International Company, United States of America, and we shall be soon marketing steel belted radial tires for the first time in the country. Radial tires are the latest innovation and they give up to 100% extra mileage, nearly 10% saving in fuel consumption, better road grip, and more riding comfort. Radial tires will also open new vistas for exports because the world trend is shifting towards the use of such tires. I would request those of you who have not exchanged the receipted letters of allotment for the share certificates from the company to do so as to the earliest. Where calls are in arrear, the members are requested to pay them immediately. For any queries and help, our share department is at your disposal and please feel free to write to them. Yours faithfully.